In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 valuable lessons that I learned after I had a spiritual awakening. So the first lesson I learned was that consciousness creates reality. So your state of consciousness is what's creating your reality and your experiences. And your state of consciousness is made up of your thoughts and your feelings, but also your beliefs. So beliefs create reality, and what we believe to be true is what we experience in our personal reality. And so our beliefs also generate the types of thoughts and feelings that we have. So that's what our state of consciousness is, and that's what's creating our personal reality. But it's also our subconscious programming, because 95% of the outer reality comes from your subconscious programming. The subconscious is what's in control. And if you want the results to change, whether it's around your health, love and relationships, friendships, jobs, careers, success, everything comes from the programming of your subconscious mind. And if you want the results to change, the only way to do that is to change your programming. And everything outside of you is just a projection of your state of consciousness. It's just a reflection of your inner world. So it's like you have a projector. Like a projector has a reel, you put the reel in, and then you've got the white screen, and the picture gets projected on the white screen. Think of yourself as the projector and the reel as your consciousness. Whatever state of consciousness you have, whatever reel you put into the projector is what's going to get projected onto the white screen. That's the picture you're going to get. Now, if you change that reel, you change your state of consciousness, put a different reel in, a different state of consciousness, then the picture that gets projected will be different. And when you realize this, you realize you're in control of your life, and you can shift your consciousness to have a more preferred reality. You can shift your consciousness so that you can experience a reality of living your dream life, having financial freedom, not having to struggle and operate in survival mode. So that is a huge, valuable lesson that I learned that is really a game changer, that's really going to shift your life and shift your reality. Now, the second valuable lesson that I learned was the importance of shadow work and healing. So I learned that we all have a shadow, and the shadow is a psychology term that was coined by Carl Jung to refer to the hidden dark side of the human psyche. So the shadow is the unconscious and disowned parts of our personalities. The parts of us that we repress or reject, and we're unaware of it. And the shadow is basically operating in the background. And it causes a lot of problems in our life mainly because of a lack of awareness. So, we may project our shadow onto other people. And through doing shadow work, we can become aware of our shadow, and we can actually learn to heal these aspects of ourselves. And healing is really important because a lot of us, we all experience trauma. I believe it's just part of the human experience, but we're not taught how to deal with trauma and things like this. So we end up carrying a lot of this rubbish around in our energy field. And again, a lot of us are unaware of this type of rubbish in our energy field, and that is also contributing to creating the reality that we're in. So it's really important to take the time to do shadow work, to become aware of our shadow and to heal these aspects of ourselves so that we can clear it out of our system, out of our subconscious mind, out of our energy field. That is when our energy will shift, we'll have a transformation. And when we transform our energy like that, the outer reality shifts, because the outer reality is just simply a reflection of your inner world and your energy field. So if you don't know what shadow work is, or you haven't done it before and you want to learn more, I already have a video called Shadow Work for Beginners, the ultimate guide for becoming your best self, and I will link it at the end of this video. So if you want to learn more, that will teach you everything you need to know about shadow work and how to do it. Now, the third valuable lesson that I learned was that love is our natural state of being. Our natural state of being is high vibrational. So when we are born and we come in as a baby, we come in on the love frequency, which vibrates at 500. But because we come in on planet Earth, and planet Earth is a really negative, heavy, dense, low vibrational place to be, it's really easy for our energy to be pulled down into the lower frequencies. And one of the tools that is being pushed and being used to keep us in low vibration is fear. That is why there's so much fear being pushed in the world. It's because, like I say, our natural state of being is high vibrational. But if we are operating in these high vibrations, the globalists won't keep control of the world. So in order to keep control, they push that fear to manipulate us to be low vibrational so that they can keep the control. And what I also learned is that whatever frequency you're tuned into is the reflection you get back in your reality. So if you're tuning into these lower frequencies like fear, you attract more negativity or low vibrational experiences. So I realized the importance of raising our vibration. And as we individually raise our vibration, the collective consciousness will raise because we're all connected as one. So there's the collective consciousness. And like I say, consciousness creates reality. So even the collective consciousness is helping to create the type of reality that we're all experiencing together. So as we individually raise our vibration back up to the higher frequencies, the collective consciousness will raise, and then that is when the outer reality will shift and reflect the collective consciousness. And this is the way that we save the world, basically. How we heal the earth and help humanity is by raising our vibration back up into those higher frequencies. And you think of it like a buoy in the ocean, right? I use this analogy in a number of my videos because it's the perfect analogy. But say you have a buoy and you push it into under the water. When you let go of that buoy, it will naturally raise back up. And our vibration is the same. We have so many things that pull our vibration down that we're clinging on to. It could be, anger and resentment, grudges, expectations, outcome, control, desire, attachment. All these things are pulling our vibration down. But when we learn to let go of these things, that is when the vibration will naturally raise back up. And when we're operating in the frequency of love, that is the answer. That is what's going to shift the world for the better. Now, the fourth valuable lesson that I learned was that meditation is the key to changing your life. So meditation is an amazing tool that can be used for different reasons, different purposes. You can use meditation in so many different ways. You do not need anything for it, and you can do it anywhere. I just absolutely love meditation. And it is the key to changing your life because through meditation, we can raise our vibration and get into higher frequencies. We can reprogram the subconscious mind and rewire the brain. We can keep ourselves healthy by reducing our stress and anxiety and regulating our nervous system. I also learned that going within through meditation is how you connect to a higher power. So I was anti-God for most of my life, from early childhood till I reached my 30s. You could not talk to me about God. I was anti it for a reason. I'm not going to go into it in this video, but there was a reason that made me anti-God. And it wasn't until I had a spiritual awakening and I started meditating, and through meditation, I just connected to a higher power. I got into this high vibrational state, this state of bliss, and I had downloads coming through, and I was just receiving all this great information and insight. And that's when I came out of that meditation realizing I just connected to a higher power. I connected to something outside of myself. And I was like, God is real. Like going from someone who was anti-God to like a believer now. It's so funny. But God isn't what we're being taught. It's not like a man in the sky, God is simply an energy. God is pure consciousness and unconditional love. And you don't have to call it God. I don't even like that term. That to me is like the programming religious term. I prefer like the source or spirit or universe. You can call it whatever you want. It could be called Bob. Like, it's just the main energy source that everything comes from. And God is everything. We are God in human form. And even in the Bible, I'm not a Bible person, but even in the Bible, it says the kingdom of heaven is within. It's because we have to go within to connect to this higher power. And that's what you do through meditation. And when you start making those connections, oh my gosh, it makes your life so much easier, because we have this inner guidance system and we have all the answers lie within us. So by going into a meditative state, you can meditate on a problem that you're having, and then in that meditative state, while sitting in that stillness, you can have the answers popping up in your inner world, the information to guide you, the insights. And that's when you feel really connected to the universe. And that is how you also can strengthen your intuition, and your intuition will always guide you right in life. So it's a really great way to use meditation to connect to your inner world, to this inner guidance system, and then let it guide you through life, because it will guide you the right way. Now, the fifth valuable lesson, which was a really surprising one, was that stored emotions and trauma create disease and illness in the body. So it has been scientifically proven that stored emotions and trauma create disease and illness in the body. Now, we all experience trauma. I believe it's just part of the human experience. But the problem is we haven't been taught how to deal with our trauma or how to heal it. So we end up just storing it and carrying it around with us without realizing it. And it's the same with our emotions. A lot of us, even as little kids, weren't taught how to deal with our emotions. So as a result, we repress or suppress our emotions. We store it in the body. Now we need to learn how to process and express our emotions instead. You want to allow yourself to feel your emotions, because feeling is healing. It's how you release it. And a lot of people don't want to feel their emotions, so they use distractions instead. And they might use drugs or alcohol or food or sex or other things to distract themselves from feeling the emotions. And so they end up storing. And there are people that have had these serious health issues, like medically nothing can be done for them, like Parkinson's disease, MS, lupus, cancer, 30 years of back pain and sciatica. And they go and see these people that work with their subconscious mind and their nervous systems, and they clear out the stored emotions and trauma. And as that happens, these serious health conditions just disappear. How amazing is that? We have all been programmed around health. We've had beliefs projected on us around our health. We have been taught that as you age and get older, you're just going to develop health issues. It's part of aging, and your body's going to deteriorate. But beliefs create reality. This is all just programming, and that's why we experience it in our reality. So another way of being able to release stored emotions and trauma is using somatic breath work. So somatic breath work is working with the body and working with your breath in a specific type of way. You do this with a facilitator, by the way. You don't do it by yourself. But the facilitator will guide you with your breath, and it will bring up these stored emotions and trauma. And it can come out in a number of different ways. It could come out as screaming. It could come out as crying or laughing. But that's the stored emotions and trauma being released from the body. So I highly recommend giving somatic breath work a go to start releasing these things. And also I recommend watching the Heal documentary if you have access to Gaia. It's on the Gaia app. And it's a really great documentary that just goes more in depth about, stored emotions and trauma creating disease and illness. Now, the last valuable lesson I learned, number 6, is the importance of energy hygiene practices. So energy hygiene is similar to personal hygiene. Personal hygiene is keeping the body clean. We have a shower every day. We're washing our face, washing our hair, brushing our teeth. Energy hygiene practices are practices that you can use to keep the energy field clean, because our energy field is what's creating our reality and our experiences. And so if we're carrying around rubbish in the energy field or negativity of any kind, that is going to contribute to creating the type of reality that we're going to be in. So by incorporating these energy hygiene practices regularly, it's a way of being able to keep that energy field clean and positive, which therefore will be reflected and you will experience a much more positive reality. Now, I already have done a video on energy hygiene practices that I will link at the end of this one. But to give you a couple of examples of energy hygiene practices, it's things like meditation, shadow work, breath work, journaling, just going out in nature, or even a technology detox, just simply taking breaks from technology, because technology really isn't healthy for us, especially too much of it. But electrical devices like our phones have an electromagnetic field itself, and that can actually be interrupting and negatively influencing our own electromagnetic field. So it is a really good idea to take regular breaks from your phones and from technology. So I'm going to link that video at the end of this one as well, so you can learn more about energy hygiene practices, and I highly recommend to incorporate them into your day-to-day life and do them regularly to keep that energy field clean. And obviously, you will experience a much more better reality because of it. So I hope you like this video, guys. I hope you got some sort of value out of it. That's my aim with all of my videos, is just to provide value for all my viewers, all my watchers. So if you got some sort of value, just let me know by hitting the like button, or even write a comment. I love reading comments from you guys. And if you like this sort of content, spiritual type content, manifestation, law of attraction, subconscious programming, quantum physics, that's the sort of stuff I talk about on my channel. So subscribe and hit the bell notification if that's your sort of thing. And I'm going to leave the shadow work video here and the energy hygiene practices video here if you want to learn more about that. Have an awesome day. Peace.